Welcome to In the Know.
With the new year, many new and exciting things are planned for 2023, and we're here to get you in the know. Hi, I'm Reese.
And I'm Gracie, and welcome to the first episode of In the Know for the 2022-2023 school year. I heard the juniors are in for quite the treat for their trip this year.
Absolutely. It's an overnight one, and I'm excited to hear more about it. Ed and I talked to some students and one of the advisors to get more information.
Field trips have always been a bit of a staple for schools all around the U.S. However, are our junior students this year prepared for the trip?
First off, make sure your 3 payments are turned in. They should have been turned in by now, but just as a heads up.
Make sure to sign up the room Google form so you and your friend can be in the same room.
Here with me is Amani Jones, a student who plans on attending the junior trip.
Well, I'm obviously going to bring the necessities like clothes, like toothbrushes and stuff. But I'm thinking I might bring my PS5. I'm not really sure though.
Do you have any final thoughts on the trip?
Oh, I think it should be fun. You know, I've never been there before. And I'm rooming with 3 of my friends, so we should have a good time.
That was all with the interview for Amani Jones. Back to you, Reese.
Given that the junior trip is an overnight trip, so you need to maintain good hygiene. You will also need soap. This includes toothbrush, toothpaste, medicine, and any other necessities you need for the trip.
Here we're with Miss Dusky, a class advisor for the junior trip. Now, how do you feel about the trip?
I'm really excited, anticipating a fabulous time for everybody involved. The students are going to enjoy themselves, the chaperones are going to have a great time. We all need this trip.
What do you recommend packing for the trip?
Well, this is a really important question. For the bus ride, you're going to want a few snacks and some water. You're also going to want to bring or have some movies downloaded or ready for you to watch. We spend a lot of time on the bus. So you also want to make sure you bring a sweatshirt. It's going to be June and we're going to feel like it's going to be warm, but you never know. It could get chilly at night. And a blanket and a pillow, maybe a small pillow, small blanket for the bus because we're going on a cruise. So for the boat, which is part of the trip, you're going to want to have a nice outfit. You do need to dress up a little bit. Guys should be wearing something like maybe even a polo shirt with button down or a button down shirt. And people who identify as women, you might want to wear a skirt or a sundress and some decent shoes. Okay? You will want to pack a light jacket because when we're on the boat, we will be on the top part of the boat and it can get pretty chilly at night. I would bring sunblock and a rain poncho. Comfortable shoes, and don't forget your comfortable shoes. Please bring comfortable shoes. One more time, comfortable shoes. You'll want a bathing suit and a towel. We do plan on going to the water park, both at Kings Dominion and Water Country USA.
So what kind of chaperones can we expect to see on the trip?
Well, we have some really dynamic and fun teachers that are part of our staff here. So Mrs. Marsden and myself, we know, are the class advisors. But we also have Mrs. Harris joining us on the trip. The incomparable Mrs. Wegman will be joining us. Mrs. Carpenter. We have Mrs. Davis coming and Mr. Harris, Mr. Carl, Mr. Meeks, Mr. Hartwijk, Mr. Brook, Mr. Sporney, and, drum roll please, Coach Peterson will be our chaperones.
About how many students will be attending the trip?
Well, we have about 225 approximately on the list to go right now.
And as a final question, how much money should we bring?
That is a really good question. I think it's number 1 question that we get. And I can't answer it. But I can answer it in a roundabout way. What you bring, you will spend. So that's the first thing. We want to say that to you as a student. We want to say that to the parents. What you bring, you will spend. Here's what most people need money for. Most meals are included, and students will receive a voucher. So that's also, it means it's included. But what's not included are snacks, souvenirs, and dinner on Saturday night. Also, Thursday, we have breakfast that'll be provided by the class of 2024. Lunch, we have a meal certificate at Busch Gardens, and then dinner we go to a restaurant. It's a buffet restaurant. On Friday, again, we have breakfast at the hotel, complimentary at the hotel. We have a $10 Busch Bucks card for lunch, which you may need a little supplementary cash for that because it's $10, right, for their lunch voucher. And then on Friday at night, we go to that dinner cruise. On Saturday, again, complimentary breakfast at the hotel, but you'll need some money because at lunch we'll give you about $15 towards your lunch, and then dinner you're on your own again at the rest stop. So because there are 2 dinners where you're on your own and then snacks and souvenirs, you really need to determine the amount of money that you need to bring. If I were a parent and I was sending my child on this trip, I probably would send them with at least $150 per day. But I tend to drink a lot of water, and I know that my child would too. So my concern would be hydration. And then I think I also would make a plan with my child that if they didn't spend all that money, they could bring some back. But that's the general idea for how much money you should bring.
That is our interview with junior class advisor Mrs. Dusky, who will be attending the trip alongside me and several others. Back to you, Reese. We hope you have a good time on the trip with your friends.
Remember to ask your advisors if you have any questions, and remember to pack.
Stay together with your group and always have a way of contacting them in case of an emergency.
Again, we hope you have a good time on the trip, but be aware of your surroundings. It's important to have fun on the trip, but it's also important to stay safe.
Can't wait to see all of you in Virginia.
I can't wait to see how the trip turns out.
I agree. Hopefully it goes all well for the juniors.
This February, love was in the air, and the reason for that is our school's National Honor Society.
Let's take a look at this year's NHS flower sale.
Hi, I'm Gracie Robles, and happy Valentine's Day. I'm here at National Honor Society's annual flower sale. Let's take a look at one of the most popular fundraisers of the year. I got to talk to Mr. Law and some of his NHS members about this very anticipated event.
I like 2 things about an NHS flower sale. First and foremost, it brings a lot of positive vibes and energy and spreads love around the school, which is an awesome thing. Second of all, for NHS, it does raise money for us. All that gets spent on the kids for fundraisers, for food, and even goes towards project graduation. So 2 awesome things in 1 great fundraiser.
NHS sells wooden and live roses in the cafeteria to students for only $1. I also got to talk to some students who purchased flowers today. I got these roses to show my friends that I appreciate them.
I went to go buy some like a few days ago, but I didn't want them to die before I got them for her. But I knew that WHS was selling some, and they actually look really good. So I bought some here instead, and I got her.
I think NHS is so successful with the rose sale because the whole student body really comes together because they all want to, get roses for their teachers, friends, loved ones, and especially with the wooden and live ones, there's something everyone can buy. It's cheap and it's a great sale that supports a great organization.
As expected, it was a very successful rose sale for National Honor Society today. It's a great way to spread love at WHS while also supporting one of the biggest clubs at our school. This is a tradition that we hope will continue for many years to come. I'm Gracie Robles, and stay tuned for more.
It's so great to see so many students come together to spread the love at WHS.
I agree, and the NHS made a lot of money that'll go towards scholarships and project graduation.
This boys' basketball season was a combination of wins and losses. Here's a recap.
Hi, my name is Michael DePietro, and I talked to the basketball players and coaches about their season.
I think the season is going good, but not great. We're just a little bit over 500 right now. I think we could have been doing better, but it's all good. We got a good seeding right now in the Group 4 playoff standings, so it's looking good right now. I think we should at least have like 2 to 3 losses, but like due to injuries and people getting sick, kind of like held us back a little bit. But we're somewhat at full strength now, and we're just looking to come harder. I do well at getting to the basket. I play well in the pick and roll, shoot a little bit. Play good defense, things like that.
Well, just like Joe just said, it's kind of from the team to decide, but I think all of our guys are team players because we work really well together. We're like brothers. We've been brothers since like 4th grade. So I think all of us could be considered good team players. I would say I got a pretty good work ethic. To be where I am now, I would have to have a pretty good work ethic to get here. I think we all have a pretty good work ethic in practice. Our coaches really push that on us, so I think pretty good.
So we didn't have the best season we could have had, but we're still here, we're still fighting, and we're on a hot streak right now, and we're getting really excited for the playoffs and for the tournament.
The season right now is going well. We had a little rocky start. We've kind of climbed our way back from a rough January.
Biggest challenge, staying calm in big moments, because there are a lot in group pool basketball. There's a lot of big moments. So staying calm, relying on my teammates, relying on myself to push through those tough moments. We all communicate very well. We've known each other for the longest time, so communication with us really isn't a problem. We express our feelings very well towards each other, and I think that's a big help towards the team.
I would say I have a pretty good work ethic. I work pretty hard for what I want, and I don't like things given to me. I like working for it. I feel like it's more of a reward once you go after and finally get that achievement that you're trying to get. I like to keep it like slow and not try to go out of control, because that's how things do get out of control if you're going too fast and too rapid, at a fast pace.
We didn't have the best season we could have had, but we're still here, we're still fighting, and we're on a hot streak right now, and we're getting really excited for the playoffs and for the tournament coming up.
The team started off slow and finished strong and ended up making it to the playoffs. My name is Michael DePietro, and I'm getting you in the know.
Sounds like the team turned it around, but just a little too late.
It's sadly time to close off the show, but it's been an honor to be one of the hosts alongside Reese.
I absolutely agree. In the Know will be back for our next episode, so stay tuned. Many new events will be taking place as the weather gets warmer. This has been In the Know.